Imagine sitting at your computer, staring at that small box asking for your username and password. You type them in, hit a button, and suddenly the digital door swings open. You're in. But have you ever stopped to wonder, why do we call this action login? Why not come in, or enter, or any other word? It feels so natural, so obvious, that it never crosses our minds. Yet this simple term holds a story shaped by technology, language, and human nature itself. The word login might seem like just a piece of tech jargon, but it's actually a blend of two words, log and in. Why log? Why couldn't it be something else? To understand, we need to step back farther than the internet, even farther than the personal computer. Picture the early days of navigation and exploration, when ships kept detailed logs, written records of their journeys, storms, and encounters. These logs were not just diaries, they were essential tools, tracking every event so sailors could understand where they'd been and plan where they'd go. Fast forward to the 20th century, long before we had screens and keyboards. In offices and factories, workers kept logs too. Records of hours worked, machines run, problems faced. Logging was about keeping track, about recording activity in a precise, systematic way. So, when the first computer systems began to take shape, they needed a way to record who was using the machine and when. Just like sailors logging their voyages, computers started logging users' access. The phrase log in literally meant to record that you were entering the system. And it worked. It was a perfect metaphor. Because logging in wasn't just about stepping inside, it was about being recorded, accounted for, and recognized. But why in? Why not on or up or come in as you suggested? Language, it turns out, is full of little stories. In implies entering inside a space, crossing a threshold. It feels immediate, intimate. We say go in, step in, come in when entering a room. The digital world borrowed this natural spatial metaphor. Logging in meant more than just pressing a button, it meant crossing into a protected interior, a personal space within the machine. Imagine how strange it would be if we said log in was come in. It would be awkward, clunky. The word come in doesn't roll off the tongue. Logging combines the functional act of recording access, log, with the natural sense of entering a place, in. It's efficient, precise, and somehow human. But here's the twist. While login feels perfectly normal now, the original meaning is fading. Most of us don't think about logs or records when we click login. We just want access to our email, our games, our work. The word login has become a silent witness to a time when computing was new and mysterious, when every access was carefully tracked for security and order. The whole idea of logging in tells us something about ourselves. We crave order and chaos. We want to be recognized and accounted for, even in the digital world. The word login is a bridge between ancient human habits, record keeping, tracking, and the modern digital experience. So next time you log in, remember, you're not just entering a system, you're stepping into a story that began with sailors on the ocean, clerks with ledgers, and the first computers learning to keep track of us all. Which makes you wonder how many words we use every day carry hidden histories, quietly connecting us to the past. And how many more stories lie hidden behind the screens we tap, swipe, and click.